Alright, so let's run the app and see what we have. So we have the two browsers, one with the API and one with our app. And of course we don't have anything on the app yet, on the local host. So we'll go to our API call, which is localhost/countries. And what do you think is gonna happen? We got 404 not found. And this is a static page showing us an error. But why? Well, as it turns out, we are using MVC in our app, but the MVC still needs to know how to route our pages. So let's close the browsers again and go to startup.cs page. And here we will pass a lambda expression that will create a default map route for our app. So we are down here in the configure using the MVC, but we will specify a lambda expression and I'll call it routes. And we want to map the routes. So our routes dot map route, and you can see over here that it adds a route to the routing with a specified name and template. And we will specify the names and templates. So the name will be default. That's gonna be our default route. And now we specify the template. And what we want is the default route to be controller/action and then slash any parameters such as IDs. So in the curly braces, it's going to be controller. And I want to specify a default one for this, and it's going to be home, which we don't have yet. After that, we will do slash, and then we will specify the action. So action, and the default one will be index. So if we just specify the controller without the action, it will always go to the index action of that controller. And then slash, if there are any, in curly braces we will specify an ID, but ID is optional, so we'll use the question mark with it. And again, this would be scaffolded for us if we used it at the beginning, but I wanted to show you how to do it yourself. So we have the name of the route, which is default, and a template. And we will just use a one template, controller/actions/ID or a parameter. So let's run the app again. And by default we get not found because now we are in our home controller, which we don't have yet. So let's specify our controller, which is countries, and press enter. And here is the list of countries. Again, this is our index. We could actually specify that. So we can do index, which is our action, and we get the same result. But because we have it specified as a default, if we don't specify index, it goes to index anyway. So you can see we have the names of the countries pulled from the API, from the database, and we have the links to details, which we will have later, and also option to delete each of the countries. And down here, notice that when I hover over these links, the IDs change. That's the country ID tag that we are passing with the link for the details. You can see that they all go to get country by ID with the specified ID for that country. And when I hover over delete, you can see that we go to delete country action with the parameter country ID. And again, these are the IDs of each of the country. So this is working, which is awesome. But let's also test what happens if no country exists. So I'll close that and let's go back to the controller and the index action. So here we have the list of the countries that we displayed in our view, but let's comment this out and let's just set the countries to be blank. So we will do countries equal new list of country DTO. So nothing is going to be actually pulled from the database. We'll simply display a brand new empty list. And in this case, I have to actually bring the namespace for the country DTO, so I'll do that. And now let's run the app and see what happens. So again, let's go to our countries, controller, press enter, and we have there was a problem retrieving countries from the database or no country exists. The list of countries is the H tag that we are having. If I go to our view page source, here is the error displayed in our H2 tag, and here is the H2 tag list of countries. And those are the only two things displayed here, because our loop that displayed the countries had nothing to loop through because the list was empty. So congratulations, you are now officially on your way to master how to consume API in .NET Core. And that's an exciting stuff, isn't it? So bask in your success a little, and when you are ready, let's continue with the other API calls and actions for the countries controller.